Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? So there's been a trending thread on 4chan about an interview that was done with the director of the very first Digimon film and episode 21 of the original Digimon anime. And it was revealed that episode 21 was a love story between the two siblings, Tai and Kari. I didn't really believe it at first until a screenshot of the printed Japanese interview was posted, which after checking the translation, I realized that this was not a fake. This is about to get pretty crazy, so prepare yourself. So basically, the interview with Hosoda Mamoru went down something like this. The interviewer mentioned that this episode's setting and feeling was different than the previous episodes. This episode was when Tai came back to Earth, by the way, and personally directed by Hosoda. And Hosoda basically told us that it was all intentional and that episode 21 was actually Tai's dream, or rather him looking from outside into a daydream. You see a love story between the two siblings that crosses over the line of normal sibling love. He goes on to tell us that there was a part where Kari said to Tai, "No matter how one looks at me, one would know I am not just worried about my Oni-san." Adults who view this scene would get what she is trying to say there, but for kids, they would only be thinking, "Oh, what a caring little sister." The interviewer then mentions the part where Tai covers for Kari after she wets her bed, which is also abnormal, and the way the voice actors changed their tone there was also very strange. Hosoda goes on to tell us that Kari's voice actor definitely realized the intention of the scene and played her character that was unlike how a normal sister would act. And to put it to the extreme, in episode 21, Hosoda believes it to be a triangle love story between Koromon, Kari, and Tai. Kari felt there was something dangerous nearing her brother and wanted to pull him back towards her. The analogy Hosoda uses was that Kari would be the 30-year-old rightful wife, and Koromon would be the 20-year-old naive girl. Even though Kari was still young, when a younger girl, Koromon in this case, takes the affection of Kari's husband, Tai, Kari could not ignore it. In Kari's mind, it would go something like this. "You, Koromon, might have been on good terms with Tai in the digital world, but I've been alongside him ever since I was born for the last 8 years. That is the gist of the interview. A link is in the description below if you want to check out the full post. This is a real interview whether you like it or not, but whether you want to believe his words or not is another story. Some of this might be Hosoda trolling us, but there are a lot of weird parts to this episode that he explains in pretty good detail as to why the episode seems so strange. Seeing as to how this is the only episode that Hosoda directed in the series, aside from the first film, it was probably planned by the staff to get him to specifically add something different to the story. Apparently in the English dubs, a lot of the scenes that were mentioned in the interview were actually censored out, like Kari wetting her bed and Kari not wanting Tai to go and hinted at something else. So to know that they were censored out means that the editors knew what was going on here and confirms what Hosoda talked about in this interview even more. At the beginning, I really thought this was all someone's elaborate trolling on 4chan, but it turns out Digimon is just a little bit more messed up than we all thought it to be. Anyways, what did you guys think of this Digimon interview? As usual, let me know in the comments below. Thumbs up the video and don't forget to follow Tokyosaurus on social media for Japanese culture tweets and video updates. And subscribe to Tokyosaurus if you haven't already for the latest things people are talking about in Japan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.